Why at the South
Hello
Pole?
Ka-Infinity, it's Jocelyn and welcome to my channel. For today's video, just want to share this about polar training or about going to the South Pole. Do you have any plans, or if you are planning for a cruise, especially if you are a crew or staff on board? Stay tuned Ka-Infinity cause this video is for you. We have this training about the polar training because now we are almost here in Antarctica.
Hooray!
And we may reach there at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Scholar Channel and Dalhan Bay, Paradise Bay, Antarctica at 2 to 6 p.m. and tomorrow in Elephant Island, Antarctica at 2 to 6 p.m. So, polar means cold and it's a 0 degree Celsius. Why at the South Pole? Antarctica is a wide area and the coldest place on Earth and one of the 7 continents of the world. Oof! I maybe believe that because as a human being, we believe that never nothing gonna happen to us. But yes, that's what we believe. Because we want future, no, we want dreams. Yes. The reality case that what we believe to the accident is 1 second or one snap happen. And in case something happen in polar area, the situation gets worse. Why it gets worse? Because we don't have satellite, no communication. Hi ma'am. Of course, we have additional equipments now on board. For polar area, precisely, and the people, they know where we will be. They know our location exactly. We have specific on them. But because there is no signal, so we have this requirement to have some more item on board. This is mean that we have this steam machine. What is a steam machine? Like the high press machine, but the high press machine that is creating steam. While we use it to melt ice, if something happen on deck, all of this equipment we have this on deck 5 and or hi ma'am as deck 6 or safety locker. Now if you walk around the ship, especially in an open area or open deck, we have a huge gray box.
Well, if you get
In this box we have inside polar kits. The polar kits that have been provided to the ship is enough, one for each person on board, one for each guest, one for each crew, plus 10%. So the polar kits that have been provided to the ship is enough, one for each person on board, one for each guest, one for each crew, plus 10%. Hello sir, good morning.
Good morning.
10%, like for example, polar kits need to distribute us. This polar kit, like for example, in the box. Inside, we have thermal gloves, thermal socks, thermal hat, or balaclava. This thing and TPA. What is TPA? Thermal Protective Aid. So what is TPA? To maintain body heat or warm the body inside. These things can no assistance inside the water. You understand? So only outside to the water, or they recover us from the water. Okay. No, now, how many minutes you believe that our body can survive in the ship? In the ship water of a 38 Celsius. So how much on 15 Celsius? How much we can survive? So about 10 hours maximum, imagine. After that, we will start to lose senses of our body and easy to coma and unconscious. How much you believe that we can survive in 0 Celsius that we gonna face? Is 5 minutes maximum. Hello sir. So extra attention when you are on open deck. Did you ever face man overboard? No. Well, as per Chief Safety Officer, they had 3. Do you know how many survived from this? None. When you jump from 20 meters high and you jump like this, you cannot survive. If you jump with your head and you know how to do it, you can survive because you know you have the technique, right? So, if you fell from deck 5, you sleep and you fell, you believe you're gonna fall like this? No. So, like this? No. Or like this? No. Okay, if you fell when the ship is moving, the sea is like a rock. Too much ice, huge ice, and the biggest possibility is to crush your ship to the rock. The ship that come out, and here you're gonna everything, you're gonna break it. We're gonna break it. So please, extra attention. Okay, what else? So, here on board, they will have an immersion suits for the commander and assistant commander for each lifeboat. And just in case, if we have an emergency in Antarctica, the lifeboat, the commander, and assistant commander, they need to dress up for the immersion suits.
Demonstration of TP or immersion suit.
So, as I was saying, so why they need to dress up the commander, the assistant commander in an immersion suit? Why? Because they have the high risk fell on the water, okay? So, the company, the ship provide them with immersion suits. The chief staff have these staff persons, chief security training for instruction 39. About 20, they choose about 20 persons that they will be locked here on board and longer disembark and no longer disembark, okay? And they will be locked on the position. Nobody gonna move there from there. They will until finish. They will have this safety number. Why? Because they will be the one providing the polar kits. Okay, how the polar kits exactly located, and they will provide the crew members to the polar kits of open decks. Okay, so as soon as you will go to your life raft station or lifeboat, they will provide us. They will be the one. They will provide the crew members the polar kits, and they will provide the crew members to the polar kits of open decks. Okay.
The 90% of your body temperature. So if this one, if you have 36 Celsius, it means that your body temperature can maintain now up to 30, 32, 33. Can we survive in this temperature? Yes. Yes.
Tell me something. If your hand get cold, get freeze, how you warm it? Like my hands right now. This is if you do like this, rub hands, you tend to lose one finger, you gonna lose 10. Why? What is happening to the finger when it gets cold? Numb. Death died. I don't know. Well, cause I'm not a doctor. Haha. You do like this. The only thing that you can do is warm up. Or in between legs. Okay? So this is the thing that you can do. If you fell in the water and then you have life jacket, if no life jacket, kalas, God bless you. And if you fell in the water and you have life jacket, you need immediately to tell to help position, HELP. What is the help position?
HELP position.
We know life jacket hands to your life jacket.
Like this.
Life jacket to your chest and you don't move, and your legs. Parang cross-crease arms. Then touch nose. And then the life jacket will do the job and tell you back and keep your mouth out so you can breathe. But like this, you are keeping your body warm or as much as possible, and you don't lose too much energy. So if you are two persons in the water, hug each other face to face and the legs between each other. Parang agkawil ba yun in Ilocano? And keep close. The same, don't move. Hug each other, don't move. If you are two and one child, hug each other and the child in the middle. Why? Because the child can lose the temperature much faster than the adults, and they need much higher temperature to stay alive.
H-E-L-P position. If you and your passengers find yourselves exposed to cold water and are unable to swim to shore or climb onto floating object, you should assume the huddle position. Place your arms around each other's mid to lower back. Pull together so that your chests are close to each other's sides. Intertwine your legs. Place any children in the middle of the huddle. Keep unnecessary movements to a minimum in order to conserve energy.
So what else?
What are examples of polar hazards? Low temperature, ice and topside icing, remoteness, lack of ship's crew experience, potential for escalation, lack of suitable emergency, environmental sensitivity. People suffering from exposure to the colds can experience slips and falls. Hypothermia, which is defined as the chilling of the body's core temperature below 35 degrees Celsius. Frostbite, which is the freezing of deeper as well superficial tissues. It can provoke various levels of tissue damage. It may also occur without hypothermia. Other common cold-related injuries include childbearing, cold burn, finger fissures, and trench foot. Cold-related injuries may largely be prevented by personal awareness of and vigilance for the effects of cold on people.
And if you are in the water in the low temperature, don't move. Okay?
Prevention of hypothermia and cold injuries on board. A more common cold injury is hypothermia. It is medical emergency occurs when your body loses heat faster than it can produce heat, causing a dangerously low body temperature. Clothing in cold climates is a major factor for good health and survival. A multi-layered clothing system is ideal. Inner layer underwear, moisture absorption and transport on board. Middle layer shirt, sweater, insulation and moisture transport. Outer layer windbreaker, Arctic clothing, rain gear, protection against the external environment, and moisture transport. In addition, protective clothing must include appropriate head, face and neck protection, hand protection, foot protection. Non-slip shoes must be worn when working on ice-covered decks. Treatment of people recovered from cold water. If unconscious but breathing, check for other injuries and place in the recovery position if safe. Beware of vomiting, which is very common in seawater drowning, and increasing breathing and roar. Heart rate may indicate complications, and in a severely hypothermic person, cardiac arrest can occur at any time. Provide additional insulation to prevent continued cooling TPA or folio. If unconscious and not breathing, commence cardiopulmonary resuscitation CPR. In accordance with first aid training, contact doctor and other craft to gain medical assistance for use of external defibrillator. Continue CPR at a compression rate of 100 beats per minute with to rescue breaths every 30 compressions until medical assistance arrive. Nobody is dead until warned. Dead, prolonged resuscitation is warranted. Interested hypothermic victims also. In remote areas like at Polar Sea, if conscious. Avoid unnecessary manhandling. Keep clothing when using TPA. Lay down in a semi-horizontal or half-sitting position and give water. Insulate to prevent further heat, loss through evaporation and exposure to wind. Use TPA and/or blankets. Avoid active warming. If water was inhaled, encourage deep breathing and coughing. Frostbite is a common condition where your skin freezes during exposure to cold weather or water. Symptoms and stages of frostbite. Stage 1. Pain, burning, needles, prickling, possibly swollen. Numbness, no sensitivity by any contact. Pale colored skin. Stage 2. Clear colored skin blisters may develop. Stage 3. Blue-gray discoloration of the skin. Stage 4. Skin becomes black and mummified. Actions prior to abandoning the ship. Put on as many layers of warm clothing as possible, including your feet. Make sure to cover your head, neck, and hands. Use the personal survival kit handed over to you. If time permits, drink a lot. Before leaving the ship, no alcohol. Take anti-seasickness medicine. Put on a suitable life jacket and secure it correctly. If in cold water, you will quickly lose full use of your finger. Avoid entering the water at all if possible. If you must go into the water, avoid jumping in. Use overside ladders.
That's it, Infinity. If you love exploring the world as much as I do, make sure to subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell icon for next video. Bye.